So if you remember my presentation from last semester about functional tonality, you're late. I talked about how functional tonality is used to make us feel a certain way or anticipate a certain sound, right? Today, I'm going to talk about how functional tonality can tell a story. And this presentation is going to explore the ending scenes of the Oscar-winning movie Parasite and how the ending music, the background music of this 50-second scenes summarizes the plot of the whole entire movie. So let's dive right into the first part, shall we? In the ending scenes, the main characters say, "When I have money, I'll buy that house. Mom and I will be in the yard. All you need to do is walk up the stairs. But until then, please take care. Goodbye."
그날이 올 때까지 건강하세요. 그럼 이만.
So Parasite tells the story of a family suffering in poverty, the Kims, who cunningly place themselves into the service of the Parks, an extremely wealthy household in Seoul, Korea. This anti-capitalism story narrates how the working class is forced into conflict against one another, while families like the Parks live a comfortable life fueled by the labor of many individuals working beneath them. That is what Parasite is about. So how does the ending music summarizes the plot? Let's listen to the music one more time with the score. Let's review some concepts. Can somebody tell me some types of cadence? Please? Yes.
Half cadence.
Okay, half cadence, good. Yes.
Deceptive cadence.
Yes, deceptive cadence. That's good. Great job. Connor?
Perfect and imperfect.
Yes. Yes, great job, everyone. Okay, so Jung, the composer of this excerpt, utilizes cadences to summarize Parasite into these 10 bars. If you take a look at the first two measures, there's a 5-to-1 motion. This is establishing tonic, as well as an introduction of the Kim's family in their ordinary world, in their lower income neighborhood, right? And then after that, we have a deceptive cadence, a movement from 5 to 6. 6 in this sense is a tonic substitution. So this is a deception that it is okay for the Kim's family to step out of their basement and put themselves into a mansion that does not belong to them. It is a deception that it is going to end well for them. This is the ending. However, it is not, because right after that, we have a half cadence right here. And this is an emphasization, something like that, that this is not the ending. It is going somewhere. This is the first climax. Dan, I'm so sorry. This is the first climax of the movie. where the Kim's family secret was discovered by the old housekeeper, and they had to go back to the basement where they belonged to. And after that, we approach the second climax of the movie. We have another half cadence, and this half cadence is even stronger than the half cadence that we saw before. Does anyone have any idea why this half cadence might be stronger? Yes.
The French augmented 6 chord.
Yes, that's right. So we have a French augmented 6 chord right here as a preparation, and this is the strongest predominant chord because it has 2 tendency tones. Lay leads down to sol and fi leads up to sol. So this is the climax of the movie. It's blood, it's tension, it's fight, it's the revolution against classism and capitalism. This is where the parasite killed the host. And finally, we have the ending of the excerpt as well as the ending of the movie. It does not look like an authentic cadence, but it does function as an authentic cadence. Why? Let's talk about that. Parasite has a very disturbing ending. It gives you hope, and it kills you with reality. It is a truthful reflection of capitalism, classism, and the divide between rich and poor. Director Bong describes the ending of Parasite as a surefire kill. It is very transparent and clear. If you're from the basement, you stay in the basement, and that is the oppression of capitalism. However, does it have to be that depressing? Take a look at the second to last chord over here. What do you think this chord is? Hannah?
A flat major.
Okay, A flat major. That's a good answer. That's a good observation. Dr. Nara believes that this chord is a tritone substitution. Sorry, I'm moving too much. A tritone sub is a dominant 7th chord built on a tritone away from the dominant. So, for example, in the key of G minor, dominant is D. A tritone away from D is A flat. It would build a dominant 7. This is a tritone substitution, serves as a dominant sub that leads down to tonic. Right? Professor Benke, on the other hand, she believes that this chord is a non-functional flat 2 chord, and her reasoning is based on the descending chromatic bass line right here. So this is a very common practice or a technique that musicians use to harmonize. They create a ascending or descending chromatic bass line, and then they harmonize every single chord in that bass line, as we can see right here. And then we have Dr. Pisano. He was arguing between this chord or a Neapolitan chord, but he leans toward this answer more because a Neapolitan chord is a predominant chord. So D sus4 flat phi omit 1 because D is the dominant. Sus4 explains for the G natural. This is bass clef, by the way. Flat phi because we have A flat, and omit 1 because we don't have D. And then finally, we have Dr. McDonald. He also believes this chord is a tritone substitution, and his reasoning is based on tendency tones and harmonic context. If you take a look at the preparation of the chord right here, this is a tonicization 5 of 5. So it's pointing toward 5, pointing toward dominant. And the resolution right here is tonic. So there's a very clear sense of a basic phrase model. Predominant, dominant, and tonic. So it's suggesting that this has to be some sort, some flavor of dominant. And a tritone sub is a dominant sub. And tendency tones, even though this chord does not have its chordal 7 G flat, so it loses the tension, the tritone in it, we still have a tendency to move somewhere. We need a resolution because we still have 2 tendency tones. We have ra leads down to do, ra, do, and then ah, mi, right? So 2 tendency tones. So why am I talking about this? There are many ways to define this chord, and what the correct answer is does not matter. Just like how you can interpret the ending of Parasite in many different ways. You can say that this is a brutal reality because poor people will always stay in their class. However, you can still strive for hope, strive for a change, strive to buy that mansion, right? There are many ways to think about the ending, and no one is correct. We can acknowledge everybody's perspectives. So Jung Jae-il, the composer of this excerpt, utilizes cadences and chordal ambiguity to narrate the plot of Parasite into these wonderful 10 bars. That's all I have for you all today.